The Fox and the Boy, written and illustrated by Cheyenne Reupert. Dedicated to Shauna and Wendy, the ones who read to me and fueled my imagination. It was a bright and beautiful day. Off of the trees fell leaves of red and orange and yellow. The air was sweet and cool, and the forest fox was miserable. He was hungry and cold and bored, too. It had rained for many days, and the ground was squishy and soft, caking his paws with thick, gooey mud. With his mouth, he tried to remove the gooey gunk. "I'm tired of the forest," the fox yipped, as he spat a thick glop of mud from his mouth. Suddenly there was a strange sound. Suddenly there was a strange smell. Curious, Fox followed the noise and the scent. Through the bushes, over the river, and upon a hollow log was a boy. "What is the matter, boy? Why are you here, alone, in the middle of the woods?" "I'm tired of the palace," said the boy. "I have run away to live in the woods." Fox, who had lived in the forest all of his life, had never seen a palace before. So he asked the child, "What is a palace? Is there food there?" "The palace is a great big place with lots of food and lots of rules." But the fox's stomach was growling so loudly that he heard nothing of these rules, whatever those were. He got an idea. "Why don't we switch places?" yipped the fox. "I'll weave my fox magic so that I shall look like you and you shall look like me." The boy smiled wide and agreed. Who wouldn't want to be a free, frolicking little forest fox? So with a twitch of his whiskers and a swish of his tail, it was just as the fox had said. And with each a nod to the other, they ran to their new homes. But the palace was very different than how Fox had thought it would be. Sure, it was warm, safe, and there was more food than he could ever eat. But they made him wash all of the forest dirt off of him and wear things called clothes. He couldn't eat with just his mouth, he couldn't chase the chickens, and he even had something called a bedtime. "What good is having everything if you have no freedom?" said the fox. And the forest was a lot different than how the boy had expected it to be. Sure, there were no rules, and he could do whatever he wanted, but the berries were bitter instead of sweet. He got chased by an owl. He slept in a cold hole in the ground, and he missed his family very much. "What good is freedom when you have nothing?" said the boy. And the both of them found themselves missing their homes very much. So back to the palace trotted the boy, and back to the forest ran the fox. Soon enough, the two ran into one another. "Oh, please turn me back," said the boy. "I miss my mother and food and my warm, cozy bed." "Oh, please let's switch back," said the fox. "I miss my freedom and my forest and the mud between my toes." And with a nod to each other, they agreed, and with a twist of his nose and a swish of his tailless bottom, the magic was undone. So the boy ran back to his palace home, and the fox trotted back into his forest, and neither looked back. The end.